G'day ladies and gents, and welcome to, well, what was originally going to be a return to Rise of Flight for the channel, because I haven't been here for a while, but wound up becoming a rundown under. Yes, I have been hearing many of the questions that have been popping through, and no, I haven't been entirely ignoring them. I just really haven't wanted to address them, and I am of course talking about War Thunder, and we will go through to that in just a moment. But first, the background for today's rundown under. It's Rise of Flight, channel battles. This is actually a perfect example, in my opinion, of why, as much as I am really looking forward to the Flying Circus expansions for IL-2, I've already purchased mine, and I will be purchasing the ones for the future. Rise of Flight is not going to be replaced anytime soon. While we will wind up with a beautiful Verdun map, and we will wind up with a handful of master-crafted fighters from World War I from each side, we're not going to wind up with everything that Rise of Flight already has, and appearance-wise, as you can see, Rise of Flight is not a horrible-looking game. It's actually quite beautiful. And, of course, it's no secret that my favourite aircraft in Rise of Flight is the Felixstowe, which is what I'm flying here today, and this is an aircraft that will not be appearing in Flying Circus, and will probably not make an appearance in Flying Circus for quite some time, so I'm, of course, referring to future expansion packs there. Yeah, look, we've got a beautiful map, we've got beautiful aircraft that are beautifully modelled, and we've got a huge number of missions available, both some that have been made by the public, a lot were included as standard. Rise of Flight is not going to lose its relevance in the aviation sim area for World War I until IL-2 manages to incorporate everything that Rise of Flight developed into its expansions for IL-2. And at their release schedule of one expansion pack per title type per year, so essentially one Flying Circus per year, I don't see him managing to get all of Rise of Flight transferred over to IL-2 in anything of short of 5 to 6 years. So, yeah, Rise of Flight, it isn't going anywhere. And yes, I am aware I have not been covering it enough recently, and that is most certainly my own mistake. So I am going to be throwing Rise of Flight back into my pile of aircraft sims that I'll be rotating over. In addition to that, I should probably add in too that I have been playing a little bit of X-Plane again recently, sort of in preparation for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. I am very excited about the possibilities of that one. So I will probably start adding a little bit of X-Plane in there as well, because sometimes it's fun just to not shoot stuff and fly around, although exactly how I'm going to make videos on non-combat aircraft, I'm not entirely sure. It's not something that I've really done outside of historical coverage like I did with the DC-3 a little while ago. But anyways, that's my problem to figure out, not yours. And that was just a little side thing here on IL-2, just watching this footage back as I'm flying over. Yeah, run down under. This is pretty much an open thought experiment for me at this point. So, War Thunder. Oh, shit, here we go. Exactly where do I begin with this one? Alright, so, a hell of a lot has happened with War Thunder over the last couple of months, and I have not addressed any of it, and I have not addressed any of it quite deliberately because, well, seriously guys, take a look at my channel. I've done 5 videos on War Thunder in the last 4 months. Yes, I still absolutely play it. I don't play it anywhere as much as I used to. I play it for fun now. If I happen to feel like doing a video on it, I will. But quite frankly, I pulled out of War Thunder because I got sick and tired of the salt, and I got sick and tired of the bullshit, and I got sick and tired of the drama, and I got sick and tired of it happening every other week, because there is always some controversy or something with War Thunder every week, every fortnight. It doesn't end. The last ones that have been getting asked about, the mouse. Gaijin's removing the mouse from research because apparently it causes problems in the matchmaking. What are my opinions on this? Absolutely do not give a shit. I've got the mouse unlocked, why would I care? For those who don't have the mouse unlocked, that sucks. Reality, Gaijin isn't doing this to fix the matchmaking problem. Gaijin is fully aware that the problem with the matchmaker is with the overcompression of the matchmaker, a term that I coined and a problem that I spoke about almost 6 years ago. They know. It's not that Gaijin is confused about this. It's not that Gaijin does not understand this. This is by design. The Matchmaker is designed to operate this way as a means of facilitating the grind, which is how Gaijin makes their money. The mouse was causing a problem in that equation, and that equation cannot be altered because that is what drives Gaijin's income. So the easiest thing to do is make the mouse unresearchable. Here's the thing though, I've seen a few content creators and a few people on Reddit and the rest, and Gaijin is addressing the symptom and not the cause. Well, of course they are. They don't want to address the cause. The cause is how they make their money. But the thing is, they're not addressing the symptom either. It's only to appear like they're doing something about the problem. They're not actually addressing anything with the removal of the mouse. Now, I'm aware the mouse thing is old news, by the way, but don't worry, we will be getting up to more current events very soon. Just bear with me a little bit here, because it all sort of ties in together. Anyways, the problem the mouse is causing in the Matchmaker is not a problem that is being caused by people that have not researched the mouse. It's a problem that's being caused by people who have researched the mouse. So to correct the actual problem with the Matchmaker, you would need to remove the mouse from the game in its entirety. That's not what's happening. What's happening is, the mouse was announced well ahead of its removal that it was going to be removed from the ability to research. It was going to be removed. The mouse itself will still say. So those people that are causing the problems with the Matchmaker by driving the mouse will still be able to cause problems with the Matchmaker by driving the mouse. Nothing changes. All that happens is the very few new people that are coming up and getting into that BR in order to unlock those vehicles will no longer have the ability to join in, unless they happen to enter an event where Gaijin has made the mouse available as a reward or a prize, which is apparently something that they're planning on doing. Why would they do that if the mouse is actually causing a problem that they were really concerned about? Well, the answer, of course, is they wouldn't, because Gaijin don't care. This is all just to appear, or to make the appearance that they're trying to do something. And the best part is, all the bullshit that started up around this, we're going to put together a player council to talk to Gaijin about this. We tried that in 2014. It was called the War Thunder Player Council. Gaijin didn't give a shit, and that was a player council that they endorsed. If we get together as a group, the controversy, Gaijin will listen to us and change their minds. No, they won't. Let me explain this to you very carefully, because apparently this is somehow escaping some of you people. War Thunder, or Gaijin, only cares about two things. Anytime that they have made a major change due to an outcry of the player base, it has been because of two things, and it had nothing to do with the controversy. The two things are, people stopped spending money on premium accounts or buying upgrades or buying gold in their game. All of a sudden, the amount of money that was being spent dropped. And the amount of players that were simultaneously logging in also dropped. People got pissed off enough that they literally put down the game and put away their credit cards. Gaijin very quickly reacts after that. Massive, massive, massive changes, whatever needs to be done, make the money flow and the players play. What happened when they announced that they were going to remove the mouse? Did people put their credit cards away and stop playing War Thunder? Of course not. They all drove into German tanks. Anybody who didn't have the mouse unlocked was grinding for it. Anybody who did have the mouse unlocked was either driving it, or they were driving a vehicle to hunt the people that were trying to grind the mouse. And a shitload of people, have no doubt an absolute shitload of people, pulled out their credit cards to just straight up buy the mouse because they didn't have time to perform the grind. Gaijin made money and increased the number of players that were active at any time. Why would they give a fuck about your controversy? They literally profited from this, and will in the future, because now they have another premium vehicle that they can sell, or they can make available in events and make people grind for, even more than they did previously, to make people spend money for. They have another cash cow available to them now that they can use, that people want, because it's the mouse. Why didn't they care about the controversy? I said before, it was only the money and the number of players at any given time. Why does Gaijin not care about the controversy? Because all they got to do to get the controversy to shut up is release a couple of new shiny vehicles. Just take a look at the news around War Thunder. Everybody was up in arms around the mouse. Oh wait, MiG-21, what a shiny thing. Oh whoa, we're getting a Phantom 2. It's gone. Nobody gives a shit now. Nobody cares. The moment has passed. you're getting new shiny jets, or at least a very small percentage of the player base will get small shiny jets, those that have managed to get up there, or those that are willing to spend a large amount of money to access them. And the second they're ground out and the next controversy starts up, or, you know, enough people have managed to get up into those top tier jets, so of course, you know, the F-16 will be coming, the F-15 will be coming, the A-10 will be coming, and they'll just keep adding stuff until they start hitting things like the F-22 and the F-35, by which time, by the time we've gotten through all the modern jets for all the different nations and the rest, and you've gotten up to about there, War Thunder will be at about the end of its legs anyway, and Gaijin will be able to cash out comfortably. Why do I have to explain this? Gaijin's been doing this for 6 years. It should be obvious to anybody who can do a basic search on coverage of War Thunder in that period. And you know what? I'm not actually against Gaijin doing it anymore. This is their business model. This is how Gaijin operates. What amazes me is how few people actually seem to understand that this is the business model for Gaijin. This is how it functions. This is how the game will always play. We're not going to see any major gameplay changes. We're not going to see any new changes to how missions operate on maps. It is an arena-based flight shooter, arcade shooter. That's what War Thunder is. And that's fine. As I said, I still play it. But wake up. This is how the game, or this is how Gaijin functions, and this is how War Thunder will operate. It has been operating for years, will continue to operate for years, and will operate until it's eventually time to turn off the servers. Anyways, I got that out of my system. I was going to extend this and go into a few other things, but you know what, I'll save that for another time, and let me know if you'd like more rundown unders into the future. Until next time, take care.